Let's see how good we can be here. Sorry, this is how we play here. Yeah, sorry, that's how I play cornhole. I thought I'd give you guys a quick follow-up video just on the construction and some questions that have been asked about this project. Some people were asking about my corn bags because I have 6 of them. You actually only need 4 per team. But my wife had some extra material. We got tons of corn because we bought the big huge bag because you can't find little bitty bags. So we ended up making 6 bags. So if we end up ripping one pops open, so I don't know, we'll have an extra 1 or 2 to use. You need to make different colors for each team, of course. My wife found this little pretty fabric that we had to use. I thought something like blue or red, just plain colors would be perfect, but no, it's whatever the wife wants. I made the boards, she made the bags. Well, I should say I helped her with the bags because frustration set in with the sewing machine, so I had to kind of step in. So I guess my 6 years of home economics kind of paid off there too. Now the bag construction is very simple. You want to cut yourself some fabric that's 7 inches square because you're wanting to make a 1/2 inch seam double stitched that will make these things eventually 6 inches square. So you do a double seam all the way around with the fabric inside out. Leave you a pocket. It can be small or it can be the entire length of this thing. Once you turn the fabric right side out, fill it up with corn, which is, regulations say 1.5 cups of corn, an actual cup. But when my wife did that, she didn't feel like it had enough heft or weight, so she added another 1/2 cup. So we have 2 cups of corn in our bags. Then when you get that done, put it back in your sewing machine and stitch it up. Be sure and back stitch on both ends so it won't come apart on you. Another viewer asked me, whenever I have these 2 together and the bags in place in the compartments that I made, how heavy is it to carry? And if I had to guesstimate, because I haven't really put it on a scale to see, but it roughly weighs about 50 pounds, I would think, 40 to 50 pounds. And because I have these, whenever I mount these 2 together, I turn them where the cornhole hole is on opposite ends from one another because I don't want all the bags at one end because then it will carry funny. So I wanted to balance the weight out. So I put the bags at one end over here and then the other box, they're over here. So whenever I carry it, it's very equal. The legs, somebody asked me if I could explain the angulations of the legs before I had even finished the whole assembly itself. And during the whole process, I really felt that I didn't need angulations on the legs because of the way I made the construction of the carriage bolts and the nuts. It keeps them snug and tight and resistant, so whenever, I mean, even if you're playing with this, a little bitty corn bag's not really gonna make this thing move. So having the legs flat at a 90-degree angle is perfectly fine. Now, if you wanted angulations on your legs, the easiest way to go about doing that show you is the redneck down and dirty way of doing it. Now you can do this mathematically with angles and geometry, but you know, I'm not like that. I like to see things and take care of it that way. So if you have an angle like this, as you can see, the angle of the board is not sitting on the ground, of course. It only touches right here on the corner. And if you wanted to sit flat but still have your legs splayed like this, the easiest thing to do is put it up however it is assembled. Then take you something the same thickness as this corner to the surface, or table is what I've got. Take that piece of wood, put it up against here. Now mine's a little thicker, of course, so just bear with me. And then just draw you a line. And then take it to the saw and cut it off that way. Now you can see here that I already experimented with a different kind of latch to hold these together. And whenever I bought these are latches that you would find on windows. And when I bought these, I thought, oh, that'd be perfect. I mean, they latch, it'll keep it from going up and down and back to side, but these are really cheap made and they didn't do the job I thought they would. So I went to Home Depot to search for something else, and whenever you buy these latches, you have to think of two ways that this is gonna come apart. The boxes will come apart this way, side to side, But when you pick it up, they'll also come apart top to bottom like this. So you had to find something that would fight both of those directions. And these little hooks were the best thing I could find. Now I only have one hook on the back side here because the pack actually came in packs of 3, so I just put one here in the middle. Now, like I said, you have to fight directions 2 different ways, and having just the hooks alone wouldn't be enough. It would put a lot of stress on where these things are mounted. So what I did was buy some mending plates. They're just pieces of flat metal with screw locators, and I didn't put screws in one side. I mounted it to the handle box, the box I actually have the lifting handle on, which is this green one. So I screwed those mending plates to it, so when I go to pick up the box, the mending plates will ride on this box, keeping it from coming apart. And then the hook just keeps them from coming apart this way, while these keep it from coming apart this way. Now here's the part I forgot to mention in the video. Yes, I showed you to put double washers on both sides. That allows it to pivot against one another without locking up too bad. But the nuts, I did say that I put 2 nuts on this. What I forgot to mention is that you need to tighten up the first nut to the point where you feel like the legs have a little bit of resistance, so no matter where you put the leg, it'll stay put. In order to achieve this without having the nuts move on you again, that second nut comes into play. So you hold your first nut with one wrench, take your other wrench, and then lock that nut by tightening it onto the other while holding it still. You don't want to let this one move while you tighten this one. Well guys, that pretty much wraps up any of the questions that I had. If I forgot any, I do apologize for that, but you can always email me any further questions that you might have. I really enjoyed this build. I think it'd make a great game for just about anything. One of my viewers had sent me a message saying that his I believe it was his son asked him to build one for his wedding, and he had never heard of the game before, so this video came out at just the right time for him, so I'm glad that happened for him. But yeah, if there are any other questions, you guys can send me an email. It's rhwoodshop@gmail.com. The RH stands for Rockin' H, of course. rhwoodshop@gmail.com. And I'll answer anything that you guys have. I also have plans for this. If you didn't catch that on the video, there are plans available, and I can send those out to you by email request. Once I get my website up and going, you guys will be able to access my plans on my website without a problem, and you won't have to email me. I still got one more project to go, and that is building the children's toolbox and tools. There'll be something on that video too that you guys don't want to miss out on too. So I hope you guys catch next video, and hopefully it won't be running late. So just bear with me guys, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll try and bang out that project as quick as I can and have you a video next week. So until then, take care. See you later.